The Cordilleras remain one of the most mysterious areas in the Philippines. Its mountainous topography made it one of the hardest locations to colonize. The local culture prevailed and withstood the test of time. Though the lands were eventually exploited by the Americans in the late 1800s, the indigenous people resisted assimilation and safeguarded their unique identity.
Yun, dala ko na kamuraw. Nadalhin ko sa mabor, sa palayan. Pang paano sa palay, ang pataba. Yan na lang gagamitin, pang fertilizer. Kinuha ko pa yan doon sa malayo. Yung itong kamuraw na yan, ang tawag sa English, sunflower. Iwang. Iwas lang sa ano.
Embedded within the heart of the Cordilleras lies Barangay Bayyo in Bontoc Mountain Province, a picturesque postcard in the country's sole landlocked region. The Cordillerans were wet rice agriculturists who began building the infamous rice terraces strewn across the mountain ranges around the 1st century CE. Despite limited tools, they engineered a masterpiece, an extensive network of rice terraces sustained by a sophisticated irrigation system. Stone upon stone, they stand today as a testament to the ingenuity of a bygone era, where the echoes of ancient traditions and cooperative endeavors still resonate through the ages. We arrived just in time for the rice planting season, an integral part of the region's agricultural cycle where the collective efforts of the people, coupled with indigenous rituals, guide the cultivation from seed to harvest. After putting organic sunflower stems in the rice paddies, they prepare it for planting. They start off with seedlings locally known as panor, which they also cultivate in those exact same paddies around November to December. Once these are ready, they start planting them from January to February. The planting season occurs once a year before the cold season begins. This allows the rice fields to breathe and regenerate. Bayanihan. It has always been the Cordilleran way. In Bayyo, people always help each other when it's a rice planting season. Your neighbors will help you out without asking for anything in return. Since most of the rice is hand-planted and harvested, the volumes are only ever enough for self-consumption. They store it in an arang or rice granary.
Yung dalawang sako, isang kaban yun pag na bayo na.
Because of their organic farming practices and the cool weather, their rice grains can be stored for up to 20 years.
Sa taas, inano natin para matanggal yung butil sa ano niya, sa tangkay niya. Yung mga mumug ba na mga butil-butil na laglag doon sa sahig, pinapalik.
After being picked and dried, the grains are milled.
Yung klase ng bigas na medyo may halo, may red rice, may black rice, at may white. Yung red, malagkit yun. nahaluan lang para maging malambot yung ano, at saka kung isasaing mo, may konting kulay. Pero kung ayaw mo ng ano, malagyan ng kulay, kung gusto mo yung plain white, huwag mo nang lagyan. Depende sa klase ng palay. May white kasi na malambot, kaya hindi na kailangan lagyan ng black rice.
Tatay Dionisio is on his way to the nearby falls to catch some river fish. It's been a while since he last went here. This used to be a stomping ground when he was younger. Tatay was born and raised in Bayyo, but lives in Manila. He pursued a career as a jeepney operator. He is in town for a wedding in the area. As he traverses the mountainous areas, leaping from one rock to another and crossing river pockets, Tatay feels young once again.
Namitas tayo ng wild strawberry, oh. Yeah, masarap, oh. Yum. Yum.
He's looking for Khachiw, a finger-sized fish that's endemic in the Cordillera rivers. Filipino food has long had a reputation of being brown, protein-heavy, and greasy. A trip to most provinces will reveal that hyper-local diets consist of lots of grains and vegetables. These dishes just don't get the same amount of attention. Fermentation has always been crucial in mountainous areas. As the produce is very seasonal, they had to come up with ways to preserve the food. This is Tapuey, a local rice wine. It can be drunk, but it is also used for cooking. Watercress fetches a high price in the capital Manila, where it is considered quite a rare leaf to find in the supermarkets or stores. But here, it grows like a weed, and most people grew up eating it. Food sustainability and security is a looming crisis in the Philippines. The country has the largest food trade deficit in the region, meaning that we rely on imports to feed ourselves. With population expected to grow to 145 million by 2050, this issue has now become urgent. Domestic production and infrastructure will need to be bolstered. Through hard work, the respect for the environment, their land, and the seasons, the Cordillerans could have a lot to teach the rest of us.